It was July of 1987. I lived in the Pacific Northwest. It was during the summer, so it was really hot. It was July. It gets really humid where I lived at the time. And there was about 12. I was on summer break alone, so I was alone in the house. I knew it was going to be really hot, so I wanted to make sure all the doors and windows were closed because we didn't have air conditioning. My grandpa, who was in the hospital in California at that time, but they said he was pretty stable. My Nana, who's his wife, my grandmother, she was at home. She wasn't going to visit in the hospital that day. My uncle was over taking care of her. It was in the morning too, but it was already starting to get warm out. I started doing my chores, dishes, and then I started vacuuming, and then I felt this really sharp tap, like someone poking on my back. I felt it a few times, and I was home alone in the house. I don't have any siblings. I turned around, and there was no one there. There was no one else in the house. The living room got really cold all of a sudden. I had a really bad feeling, so I turned off the vacuum, and then I just went outside for a little bit to warm up, and I did not vacuum the rest of the day. Around that same time in California, it was around 10:30, 11, my Nana got a really bad feeling, and she went straight back to the hospital. She told me that when she got there, she took my grandfather's hands and he opened his eyes and then he passed away. It happened at the same time that I got tapped on the shoulder. Because I remember them telling me it was around 11. I looked at the clock at our house and it was 11:02. My mom got home and she said, "I have to tell you something," and she was pretty sad, but I already knew. I don't know how, but I just knew what she was going to tell me. I didn't vacuum for a long time after that. I'm in my 40s now, and even when I'm vacuuming in my house by myself, I leave a door open, even if it's snowing here. I'm so still terrified, like 30 years later, that this is going to happen again. My Nana said that she felt for the next year or so that my grandfather would send her messages, but no one in my family believed her because they just thought she's just the grieving widow and making stuff up. But then in this time, a couple years later, in like 1989, my Nana was going to go visit my great aunt who was in San Francisco. She was getting in the car and she said my grandpa spoke to her and told her not to go. She got out of the car and she called my great aunt, and they said they calculated that the time it would have happened, she would have been on the bridge and the time it collapsed. I don't know if you ever knew about the Bay Bridge collapsing. It was just toppled down onto another layer of the bridge, and hundreds of people died. It's really tragic. My friends got in 7th grade. It was summer. Got like a Ouija board, which my mom always told me, do not mess with those. Do not bring it in my house. I wasn't going to bring it in the house, but I went over to a friend of a friend's house. There was this girl, and she was just a little off. There was just something weird about her. But my best friend was with me, and it was daytime. I figured it would be okay. So we went over to her house, and we started playing with it. She started asking it questions. What's your name? Are you from here? Are you a bad spirit? And it said yes. So I was done at that point. I was like, okay, we should stop playing with this. But she wanted to keep going, which was a little unnerving. So then she just kept asking it questions. Then my other friend was like, okay, we just need to stop this now because we're inviting something bad into the house. We stopped and we said goodbye. And then all the magnets on her fridge flew off the fridge to the other side of the house. I've never seen anything like it. It was terrifying, and the house got really cold. we got up and pretty much ran out of the house, and I never played with her again. I think she disappeared. A couple of years later, she just stopped coming to school. But yeah, just a really bad vibe from her.